Better late than never, I suppose. So, yeah, today we're going to be talking about Kong Skull Island. About damn time. So, just a bit brief history of me and the King Kong films. I haven't really seen most of them. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of the 1933 version. I've seen bits of Peter Jackson's version that came out in 2005. But all in all, I could never really get into King Kong. It just wasn't really my thing. So I didn't really have a lot of expectations going into this. Now that I've actually seen the film, I will say it is pretty damn silly. It's a bit of a ridiculous premise, but then again, I guess that's what you would expect when you have a 50-foot gorilla terrorizing an island. So, I don't know, to each his own. John C. Reilly, I think, was pretty funny. He plays this, plays a soldier that's been stuck there ever since World War II, and he's somehow survived, but since he's been there for over 30 years, because this takes place right after the Vietnam War, he's a little bit cuckoo in the head. So, he was quite funny. Other than that, most of the characters were pretty bland. I mean, the only ones that really stick out are Samuel L. Jackson, but Samuel L. Jackson, what do you expect? And I love Tom Hiddleston, but I don't know what he was really trying to do with his character. So yeah, unfortunately most of the characters are pretty bland in this. One thing I will say though is that the CGI on all of the creatures, not just on Kong, but all of the creatures on the island look really impressive. I mean, there's a huge, giant freaking spider. That scene just creeped me the hell out. Not just because I don't like spiders, but it was a really well done scene. It was tense, everything. And then there are these creatures on the island that, big shock, King Kong is actually protecting us from. Yes, much like the Godzilla film in 2014, King Kong is actually protecting us from something, and we would all be better if we would just leave Kong the hell alone and just let him do what he's there to do. When are we going to learn to stop messing with things we don't understand? Seriously. So yeah, I'm kind of half and half with this new King Kong film. I mean, there are some aspects of it I like, there is some I don't, and I just have one other thing I don't like. And it is a nitpick, I freely admit it's a nitpick, but just one thing. This film is rated 12A. And there's nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't expect a King Kong film to be a 15 anyway, but a 12A film means you're allowed to drop one F-bomb. And let me clarify. You have Samuel L. Jackson in this film, the king of dropping the F-bomb. And he does not say it. That's right. Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson is in this movie, and he doesn't drop the F-bomb. I don't know. I just don't get why they wouldn't let Samuel L. Jackson, the king of dropping the F-bomb, drop the F-bomb that's dropped in this film. Weird. So that's really all I have to say on this new King Kong film. I'm sorry this took so long, but I've just been caught up with stuff, and with Easter, of course. But things are going to be back to normal now. I'll see you later, guys.